Before we begin today's discussion about Kindred Compass, we must be completely transparent with our listeners. This conversation is AI-generated using notebook LLM technology and is created solely for educational and promotional purposes. Additionally, the Kindred Compass digital companion we'll be discussing is launching untested, based purely on behavioral insight and personal conviction rather than traditional user testing. Whilst all the research data and personal experiences we'll explore are real and verified, this content serves educational and promotional purposes only. The creator's name is Jason Kumoshan, that's Komoshan, pronounced Kumoshan, and we'll be exploring his genuine story about creating this dignity-first approach to technology support in memory of his mother who lived with Alzheimer's dementia. Now, let's begin our exploration of this fascinating innovation. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a close look at something called Kindred Compass. It's a new digital companion.
Right.
And it really aims to sort of shake up how we think about tech support. The creator calls it a dignity-first approach, and it's actually built on a really personal story. So our mission today is to unpack what that means, how it works, why it matters, and we'll be drawing on some solid research, too. Q research, AARP, OECD, academic studies, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's clear Kindred Compass is stepping into, well, a pretty challenging area.
Yeah.
We're talking about the digital divide and just that general anxiety a lot of people feel with technology.
Right.
Think about it. Back in 2014, Pew Research found only, 18% of seniors felt comfortable learning new tech by themselves.
18%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, AARP data from 2023 shows some improvement. Maybe 56% of adults, 60 plus, are now experimenting a bit more.
Okay, so some progress.
Some, but, and this is the key part, 71% of that group still say they prefer getting help from family or friends.
71%. That's huge. It really speaks volumes, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It signals that, standard tech support often just doesn't cut it. It can leave people feeling, incompetent or rushed. And that fundamental lack of trust, that discomfort, that's really what Kindred Compass seems to be trying to address.
And you mentioned a confidence gap before. Does the data show that too, that struggle?
Oh, absolutely. You can see it quite clearly in the numbers.
Yeah.
So maybe 65% of people in their 60s feel confident with digital skills.
Okay.
But that dips to 61% for those in their 70s. And maybe even more telling, 64% of adults over 50 just feel technology isn't designed with them in mind.
Like it's built for someone else.
Precisely. And this isn't just, a U.S. thing. Globally, about 27% of adults 55 and over never use the internet at all.
Wow.
In OECD countries, only around 10% of adults aged 55 to 65 are considered truly digitally proficient.
Just 10%.
Yeah. And at another layer, older women are 21% less likely than men to be online. So you've got these multiple barriers stacking up. It's a global issue, leaving millions feeling, left out.
That data certainly paints a stark picture. So, okay, let's unpack this personal story. How did Jason Kumoshan's experience with his mother, how did that spark the idea for Kindred Compass? What did he see?
Well, Jason's inspiration, it's deeply personal. It really comes from watching his mother navigate Alzheimer's dementia. He saw firsthand how the digital world, instead of helping, actually became this huge barrier as her memory declined.
Right, the complexity.
Exactly. The speed, the complexity of everything, it just left her feeling lost, frustrated. And his core insight, it was quite profound, really. He realized what she needed was, his words were something like something that explains things calmly, gently reminds you what day it is, helps you feel safe online, and always speaks with kindness. He saw this need for technology that actually adapts to human vulnerability, whether that's cognitive challenges or just feeling overwhelmed by it all.
That's powerful. So this dignity-first philosophy, how does Kindred Compass actually, put that into practice? What does it look like day to day?
Okay, so dignity first. It's basically about completely rethinking traditional tech support. The core idea is remarkably simple, but also quite revolutionary. It doesn't rush. It doesn't judge. It simply helps.
Simply helps.
Yeah. Imagine, say, you're trying to join a video call with your grandkids, right?
Okay.
Traditional support might just park commands, or worse, make you feel silly for not getting it instantly.
Right, that feeling of being talked down to.
Exactly. Kindred Compass, on the other hand, the idea is it would patiently guide you, maybe say, you're doing great, even if you hit the wrong button, and then gently remind you, okay, now just tap join call when you're ready.
Ah, okay. Much more encouraging.
Totally. It's about treating users like people, people who deserve respect and, frankly, infinite patience, empowering them instead of making them feel small.
That really is a different way of thinking about it. So, okay, beyond that core philosophy, what kinds of things can Kindred Compass actually do? How does it help in, like, everyday situations?
Right, so it's designed for those real-world moments. Think about making or joining those video calls without the usual stress,
Hmm.
or figuring out which emails or messages are safe and which ones might be scams. That's a big one. They
Definitely.
can offer gentle orientation reminders, today is Tuesday, or the time, or maybe your location, if that's helpful.
That could be huge for someone with memory issues.
Absolutely. It guides people through learning new apps on their phone, makes password management less scary, um, and even offers things like calming conversations before sleep.
Really? Like guided relaxation.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Or memory sharing prompts, storytelling ideas, even help navigating tricky social interactions. And it makes a point of celebrating the small wins.
How so?
Well, the encouragement is baked right in. Things like, you're doing really well today, let's keep going together.
That's nice.
And there are even optional faith-based features for those who might want them. Gratitude prompts, gentle spiritual reflections, encouragement based on faith, or even guidance for prayer or meditation. So it's quite comprehensive, but the key is it's always delivered with that patience.
Okay, that's quite a range of features. So, how did they tackle the tech itself? Did they build a whole new platform from scratch or use what's already out there?
That's a really interesting part. They made a pretty smart strategic call, actually. Kindred Compass is built directly on top of ChatGPT's infrastructure.
Oh, okay. So, using existing AI.
Exactly. Instead of building a whole separate complicated thing, this ties right into their access philosophy, which is basically support shouldn't be complicated and dignity. It should always come standard.
I like that.
Yeah. So by using one of the most accessible AI tools out there, they make sure Kindred Compass works across different devices, iPhone, Android, desktops.
Makes sense.
And the key features are pretty consistent everywhere. Free account syncing, voice input using Whisper technology.
Which is that really good speech recognition, right?
Yeah, incredibly accurate.
Yeah.
So you can just talk to it naturally. Photo uploads for visual help, it can work online and offline, though, with some limits offline.
Got it.
They also use this clever pinning strategy, makes it easy to get to with just one click. And the whole vibe is no pressure.
Yeah.
You engage when you want at your own speed. No rushing.
So, thinking about who this is for, is it primarily aimed at older adults? Or is the vision wider than that?
Well, yes, older adults dealing with digital literacy hurdles are definitely a core group.
Hmm.
And their families, their caregivers looking for supportive tools, absolutely.
Okay.
But it's also designed for really anyone who feels that tech anxiety or confusion, anyone who just values patient, respectful guidance.
So it's broader.
Much broader.
Huh.
It kind of shifts the whole conversation away from just seniors and technology
Yeah.
towards creating more, humane digital experiences for everyone. Jason has a great quote on this, something like, we all sometimes need help remembering, connecting, or just finding our way again.
That resonates.
Yeah, it recognizes this universal need for a bit of gentle support in our, pretty fast-paced world.
Which leads nicely into the psychology behind it. How does Kindred Compass actually tackle those barriers you talked about earlier, like the fear of looking silly or feeling overwhelmed?
Right, it targets those psychological hurdles directly. So that fear of looking foolish, which, let's be honest, a lot of tech support can trigger.
Oh, yeah.
Kindred Compass aims to completely eliminate judgment, the overwhelming complexity. It breaks things down into gentle, step-by-step bits.
Manageable chunks.
Exactly. And crucially, instead of being another barrier, it tries to turn technology into a bridge for connection, fighting that social isolation. The whole design is essentially a confidence-building model.
How does that model work?
It uses constant positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
You're doing wonderfully in learning new skills today. Patience isn't just a nicety, it's a core feature. Unlike maybe a rush call center, it offers unlimited time.
Unlimited time, wow.
Yeah, and every single interaction is designed to preserve the user's dignity, to maintain their sense of self-worth and competence.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting for me. The launch strategy. It's launching untested. That sounds incredibly bold. What's the thinking there? What are the risks, the rewards?
It is bold. Fascinating, isn't it? Jason Commotion is launching it untested, basing it purely on, all that research into behavioral insights, plus his own deep personal conviction from his mother's experience.
Right.
It kind of reminds me of this idea sometimes called the Sutherland Principle, that some really groundbreaking innovations might actually bypass focus groups.
Mm.
They trust lived experience and psychological understanding more than committee approval.
So avoiding death by committee, essentially.
You could say that.
Right.
And the why is crucial here. Traditional tech testing usually optimizes for speed, for efficiency.
Mm.
Those are the absolute opposite of what dignity-first support needs. So by launching based on conviction, not consensus, Kindred Compass can really guard that core mission. Patience and respect above all.
But there must be risks.
Oh, absolutely. Launching untested carries definite risks. But the calculation seems to be that the risk is worth it to ensure the product stays absolutely true to its founding principle, treating every user with dignity.
Okay, so given that bold move, what does this mean for its place in the market? And how do you even measure success for something like this that's so different?
Well, looking at the bigger picture, it taps right into that massive digital divide reality we talked about. Millions feel left behind.
Yeah.
And most solutions just teach the how-to, not the confidence or the comfort. It also fits squarely into the growing care economy, with aging populations globally. The need for patient, dignified digital support is only going to increase.
And it fills a gap.
A big one. I'd call it the emotional technology gap.
Mm.
Most AI is pushing for efficiency, speed. Kindred Compass prioritizes emotional safety, psychological comfort. That's pretty unique.
So success isn't about the usual metrics, like closing support tickets faster.
Exactly.
Success here isn't measured by traditional KPIs. Forget efficiency stats. It's about things like, are user confidence levels actually rising? Are they using tech more independently? Are family connections improving? Is their tech-related anxiety going down?
More human metrics.
Totally. And there's this potential ripple effect, too. Every user who gains confidence becomes an advocate, right? They share their positive experience.
Word of mouth.
Precisely. And ultimately, you have to remember, this isn't just another tech product. It's what Jason calls a memorial mission. It's a tribute to his mother, but it's also aimed at solving a real problem for millions. His quote sums it up. I created Kindred Compass to honor my mom and to offer something thoughtful to anyone walking a similar path.
Wow. Okay, this deep dive has really shown Kindred Compass to be, well, a truly thoughtful innovation. Built on that deep personal conviction, that dignity-first approach, it's a powerful reminder that tech can be humane. And, like Jason says, support shouldn't be complicated. And dignity, it should always come standard. That really is a powerful vision, isn't it? And Kindred Compass, it feels like a proof of concept, a demonstration of how AI could be designed, maybe should be designed, with human dignity. Right at the forefront. Really challenges us, I think, to consider technology not just as a tool for getting things done faster, but maybe as a catalyst for, well, a kind of gentle revolution in how we interact digitally.
Gentle revolution. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, what if technology consistently adapted to our needs, our vulnerabilities, instead of always forcing us to adapt to it? Imagine if patience, kindness, respect, what if those became the norm in all our digital interactions? That's the bigger question Kindred Compass kind of leaves us with, doesn't it?
This AI-generated conversation explored the real research and personal story behind Kindred Compass, created by Jason Kumoshan, pronounced Kumoshan, in memory of his mother who lived with Alzheimer's dementia. All research cited is verified and authentic. As we've discussed, this is launching untested, based on behavioral insight rather than traditional validation, a bold approach that reflects the conviction behind this dignity-first innovation. This content was created for educational and promotional purposes using Notebook LLM technology. To learn more about Kindred Compass or connect with Jason directly, visit his LinkedIn profile or try Kindred Compass at chatgpt.com.